Married to Medicine, darlings. Finally. Okay. Like I've been saying for the longest, Married to Medicine has been giving it way more than Housewives. I'm not just talking about Housewives this season, but Housewives in the past couple of years. Married to Medicine has been diggity 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 dog doing it. Damn it. They've been hitting it. They've been doing it. They've been hitting the mark. It's been just all kinds of good. And I am totally 100% here for Married to Medicine. Okay. So, let's see. I'm still mad they moved it to Saturday nights, but what can I do about it, yeah? I don't know. Oh, it's my crazy neighbors outside. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so Married to Medicine. So it started off where it left off last week. Um, we had, the whole big blowout with Mariah and Heavenly. Mariah had walked off, irritated. Heavenly them had, came back. Damon had calmed down. Simone went to go follow behind Mariah and was just like, Mariah was just like, see, this is what we're talking about. That she lives for this moment. She lives to basically disrespect you. And Mariah was just like, okay, I understand that, but when is somebody else going to say something? I'm so tired of this woman talking about my mother, mentioning my mother, etc. When is somebody else going to speak on that and be like, Heavenly, that's not cool for you to say. Heavenly, you might need to stop saying that. Heavenly. Simone was just like, we just don't do it out loud like that. And I'm just like, what? Does that make any kind of sense? But I know a lot of people like that. I think that maybe that's just a black thing. Because we as black folks, when I tell you we don't get into shit, we don't want to know shit, we just don't get into nothing as black individuals. We're very like, I ain't seen none, I ain't heard that type of people because we don't want them coming after us. So we just don't say nothing. But sometimes that's damaging and you could be a part of the problem, in that sense. Sometimes you have to say something. But, like Simone said in her confessionals, it is blame on both sides. Mariah do shit and Heavenly do shit. So it's like, I don't know. At that point, it's just like, well, hell, what do you do? But I don't know what I would probably have the same reaction if somebody kept talking about my mother over and over again. It's just like, why is that your first, thing? But I think that's just a Heavenly thing, to be honest, because they showed a clip of when Heavenly was talking to the white girl that used to be on the show. She said your mama to her. So maybe that's just a one of those things, your mama, your greasy grandma, Heavenly grew up in the hood, whatever, she grew up in, that kind of area where they talked about that. I did too. But I just grew out of it, I'm not, y'all saw that eye twitch. Ooh, girl. I'm not gonna talk about somebody's mama that I barely know like that, but to be fair, Mama Lucy have said a lot of controversial things about the other members of the cast, but she's defending her daughter. So what do you expect from a mother to do? Or if somebody's coming for her daughter, she's not gonna have nothing nice to say about the people that's coming for her daughter. So I say just keep your mama offline, keep your mama off the mess in the show. It's just like hell. But somebody gonna show her the clip of people talking about her. So I don't know. Just a sticky situation, I tell you. Okay, so everybody, woke up the next day. Miss Quad, she's standing outside. She was just like, hey, I'm just happy to be here. I'm excited. This is definitely a moment. And, we're just going to make the best of it. Contessa and Scott, they're up there talking. And they're just like, Contessa, she was just like, I'm sorry that we didn't get to make it yesterday. He was just like, no, you have nothing to apologize for. You were sick. And Contessa was just like, I haven't got a phone call. I haven't got a pigeon message from anybody, and seeing as how you were the one that caused my injury, you should be the person that apologizes to me. In which, technically, yes, that's the truth, but Contessa, as much as I like you, I mean, come on. She said sorry instantly. We heard the audio. She said, Toya said sorry to you. So I'm not really, it's unfortunate what happened, and I know you're upset, and because you and Toya are not friends right now, that holds a lot more weight, what happened. But the lady, I don't believe that Toya did it on purpose. So, just let it go, sis. But could have Toya reached out to you and be like, how you feeling now? I'm sorry about it once again. She could have, but that's just not Toya. Hell. Let's see. I think what's going on with Contessa in general is that Contessa just seems like a very level-headed, mature, no nonsense, just intelligent, non-willing to compromise type of person. But what Contessa needs to understand is that she joined a very petty show. All these reality shows are very petty. Even the doctors, the upper echelon, the people we're supposed to look up to, have unfortunately rolled around in the dirt with everybody else. And Contessa, it's messed up, that you kind of have to compromise and kind of change who you are a little bit. But to be honest with you, if you're not willing to roll around in the dirt with everybody else, then that's going to be a problem with you continuing to be on the show. They all do petty stuff. They all bring up random moments, some stuff that happened last year. They'll bring it up for storyline. They create mess, put people in the room that don't like each other, whisper in this person's ear. This person's talking about, call you out in front of everybody. All that kind of stuff exists on reality TV and in real life too, but more so on reality television. And Contessa, if you're not willing to go there and be petty and be with the BS, I feel you. I'm with you. I'm totally, here with Contessa. In my everyday life, I don't do drama. I don't, be bothered with people that I don't really like and that don't really like me. It doesn't make sense. Unless it's a work-related situation and I have to deal with you, that's the only reason I would be bothered with you. But any other time, no. But, Contessa, you signed up for this show. I mean, it is what it is. This is a part of the gig. You got to be petty. You got to be in mess. You got to show out a little bit. If not, you'll end up having Jackie's storyline. Jackie's very even keel since the beginning of the show. Always kept her composure. And look what ended up happening to Jackie. Curtis cheated and her tea was spread all across the world. So, you might want to roll around in the dirt, break a glass or two like Mariah or something, just to solidify your spot. Otherwise, But anyway, let's see. So they all woke up. Eugene and Cecil was in the kitchen cooking. Eugene was making some baked beans with garlic in it. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Toya came down there, was just like, what you doing? Tasted the baked beans. She liked to threw up. I was like, Lord, Eugene. Talking about Eugene BBQs bring people together. It seems like they separate them. Because ain't nobody finna eat no bacon. They ain't put no sugar in it. No white sugar, no brown sugar. I ain't see no accent. I ain't see no salt and pepper. I ain't see no bell pepper and onions chopped up in it. I ain't see no bacon laid across the top. I ain't see no barbecue sauce mixed in. That wasn't baked beans. That was pork and beans with garlic salt in it. What the hell going on? So anyway, so all the men got together. Everybody arrived downstairs. Aiden and Damon, they had a conversation. Very cool conversation. The men are always able to settle their differences. It's the women's that be the problem here. Aiden And they just hold on to stuff. Aiden and Damon discussed it. Aiden was just like, I just have a problem with the whole mama thing. That's family. You don't discuss family. You don't talk about family. I don't talk about your family. Why should you talk about mine? But they was just like, yeah, I agree. Damon was just like, all I ask is that you talk to your wife and I'll talk to mine. And the fact that she's keep bringing up your mother-in-law is not right, and I'll talk to her. But it's not going to work. Damon, neither one of them check their wives when it's the right time to, when it's right in the heat, or it'd be smarter to check your wife right before it happens, because it's always a build up. Each one of y'all should check your wife right then and just be like, hey, y'all both need to chill out or something. But neither one of them do it, especially Damon. Damon just let Heavenly do whatever. And then, once it escalate, when it gets to the point where they physically about to fight, that's when he finally gets up or say something, and all that nice, calm talking stuff. I don't know. I like Damon for the most part, but there's something about Damon I don't trust. But it's going to come out eventually. We'll see. He's hiding it real good right now. Which bad on nobody's marriage or nothing. I'm just saying, it's just I just get a vibe from him. That's just me in my opinion. I just get a vibe from him, and he's doing something. That's all I'm gonna say. Allegedly. Okay, so let's see. So all the ladies meet up. Of course, Contessa, she went out there, kissed everybody. She went to go kiss Toya. Toya didn't say nothing to her. Toya's still upset. They ended up getting into an argument. And Contessa and Toya called her a bitch. I was like, damn, Contessa, where you grew up? She ain't never heard bitch before. She ain't never heard nigga. I was just like, damn, Contessa. She might be a white woman, y'all, in real life. I don't know. But, she was offended by that, and how could we come back from that? And, Jackie and the other ladies ended up diffusing that situation. And, they agreed to disagree and to remain cordial. Let's see. Heavenly and Mariah ended up somewhat talking about the whole thing. Heavenly was just like, I probably shouldn't have said what I said. And, I was wrong for that. Mariah was just like, I definitely shouldn't have said nothing. I shouldn't have spoke on Quad's marriage. And I would never do it again. Now, Mariah, that's a lie. Come on, Mariah. I like Mariah, but you lying right there. You're going to continue to talk about Quad's marriage. It's a part of the show. It's a part of the storyline. And I don't understand why Quad be so shocked. I mean, it is. Didn't your contract say what the hell gonna go on for the season? Ain't nothing else going on with you, Quad, besides your marriage and Sister Circle. But they don't want to talk about nothing good, nothing positive. You already know what it is, sis. Come on. So, they were talking, and she got on Mariah. She was just like, I accidentally broke the glass. And then they showed the scenes when Mariah clearly had the glass in her hand, looked at it, broke it on the end of the table like a Coke 45 bottle, and she was getting ready to cut a bitch with it. We saw that, Mariah. Now, Mariah, you got to stop, okay? With the lies. Latoya. You got to stop. So, I holler on that part. And Mariah's just like, yeah, like your husband accidentally broke that glass. Then they showed the scene from last season when they was at the trip that Heavenly hosted. And, they started talking about sex, and Damon broke that glass because he was getting hot and heavy. And so I was just like, that was funny. Heavenly, can't nobody say nothing about Damon. Daddy, she got up. Toya went in there, talked to her. They calmed that situation down. It's draining. Those two ain't gonna never be friends, I tell you. Let's see. So the next day, later on that night, they decided to have a little dinner. And Toya, she decided to bring up the whole topic of sex, and she directed it to Heavenly. Heavenly was just like, well, Toya, well, Damon, like, Damon always put it in my mouth and all that kind of stuff. I was just like, oh god. And Damon was just shy and embarrassed. I was like, Lord Jesus. So it got on Simone, and Simone was just like, you know what? I'm just a very basic chick. And Toya was just like, basic? What you mean you basic? That's what you saying that? And Eugene was just like, Toya, calm down. That's her words. Toya was just like, get off me. Don't you touch me. Basic? How am I basic? What are you talking about? Child, it created a whole gig. Toya up crying, pulled Eugene off to the side, yelling at Eugene. It was just crazy. Everybody was just sitting back looking like, what the hell wrong with you? It got real silly real quick. Toya sat down, she calmed down, started crying, and she was just like, I'm just really overwhelmed. Heavenly talked about how hard it is planning the trip, and it is. Like, it's super duper hard. And, I'm just completely overwhelmed right now, so I'm kind of going through it. It was just like, girl, we understand, but damn, you really showing out on yourself. And then she was just like, it's this whole thing with Contessa is really bothering me. Contessa, she apologized to Toya genuinely apologized to Contessa, and I think Contessa accepted that apology. And they had moved on. Then Toya, she was just spilling her heart out. She had emancipated. She was born again. And she was just like, and this whole thing with you, Heavenly, and Mariah, it is terrible. And it is awful, and it is dark and disrespectful. And the fact that now y'all husbands is getting into it and getting in each other's faces. Mariah was just like, hold up. You're not going to put that spirit on me. My husband didn't get in nobody's face. That was your husband. That was Heavenly's husband that did that. And so, that created a whole thing. And Mariah, she just kept talking about that. She was upset, irritated. Quad jumped in. She was just like, hey, you don't like for people to talk about your mother, but you talked about Damon, and so it worked both ways, which is true. Family is family, but to be fair, Heavenly been saying stuff about Mama Lucy before Mariah even mentioned anything about Damon cheating. So just to be fair, just to throw that out there, like, hell, just playing devil's advocate a little bit, but just be fair with it. Who started it first? Who started the whole talking about people's family thing first? Heavenly. I love Heavenly, but it's the truth. Y'all need to watch Heavenly's little after show on YouTube. It is the funniest thing. It is hilarious. I like Heavenly by herself. I'll say that. She's very entertaining, the stuff she says. And when she would get with the group sometime, it just turns to a whole mess. What else is going on? So Mariah kept talking underneath her breath. Eugene got mad and was just like, I can hear both of y'all talking. Like, both of y'all get on my nerves. Both of y'all need to quit. Like, get it together, leave it alone. Mariah and Aiden, they decided to get up and leave, Toya ended up following behind them. It was just like, what's going on, Mariah? Mariah was just like, it's just time is up. I just don't feel welcomed anymore. I'm sure she felt like some of the men were picking on Aiden. And she was just tired. She was tired and over it. And although Mariah did cause some of this, I don't believe that every single thing is one person's fault. And just in general, I completely understand where she's coming from. I've been there a lot in my life. Not a lot, a few times. Where, you just get tired of arguing with people. You just get tired of dealing with the same mess. You get tired of the same hurdle, the same struggle. You just get tired. And, at some point, you just have to walk away and just be like, you know what? I am tired of you. I'm tired of arguing with you. I'm tired of you just get tired, child. And so, I completely understand where Mariah was at that point. But she ended up just leaving, came back to the table. Toya's just trying to fix everything and be a good hostess. But, some stuff you can't fix, so you just gotta let it go. So the next day, everybody wake up. Mariah and Aiden, they decided to have this whole love boat trip. It was their idea. So, it was cute. They ordered this little boat. And, everybody got on the boat. They was chilling. They had bartenders, everything. Okay. So it's a new day. Everybody's trying to be positive. And so all the ladies was together. All the men was together. All the men was getting along. So all the ladies was together. They were getting along for a minute until Simone said, Contessa, I want to re-welcome you back into the group. As if I was just like, Simone, where are you going with this? Re-welcome. And Contessa was just like, yeah, well, I appreciate that, but I did have surgery. And Simone got mad. Simone and her teeth got fighting mad and was just like, the fact that you keep bringing up your surgery seems like you're playing the victim and you're using that as a crutch. She said in her confessional she's using that as a reason she's using her surgery, she's still recovering from surgery, as a reason to not be around the group and to avoid Toya. She don't want to deal with Toya, so she don't want to deal with everybody in the group. My whole thing with that is, Simone, I don't know why you want to be around all these women's all the time. Well, I know why she want to be around them women all the time. Y'all know. But it's just like, Simone, why are you so personally affected if everybody don't show up at something? If all the ladies ain't together, who gives a damn? Like, I'm trying to understand it. It's like, Simone, one of the producers that whispered in your ear, Simone, and told you need to spice it up because you're kind of boring this season. So that she done started some stuff out of nowhere with Contessa. It looks like it's going to end next week, their little beef that Simone started. But it's just like, Simone, where does that come from? You back on top of Cecil. I don't understand. You got, your woman on the side, allegedly. I don't understand what the issue is. Y'all know what Simone do. We not gonna sit up there and act like that she did some things with Jack. Anyway, allegedly. So it was just insane, and I was just like, Lord Jesus. It was just stupid. Like, Simone got up, started yelling, walked off and stuff, hitting herself and stuff. I was just like, what the hell is going on? I mean, Contessa is recovering from surgery. But do I think that a little bit of it is that she just don't feel like being bothered with y'all? Yeah. But what's wrong with that? Who feels like being bothered with people all the time? Who? Maybe you're an extrovert, Simone, and Contessa's more introverted. What? So? It makes me think. It just makes me think, like, when people just randomly have a bunch of people at their house every single day, like, it may be friends or family or whatever, but just a lot of times they ain't even family. But it's just like, why do you like having a bunch of people in your house every single day? Don't you? When I get home from work, I want peace and serenity as much as I can, on a regular basis. But every single day, just a bunch of people just at your house, eating up your food, using your bathroom, using your tissue, using your paper towel. I was just like, it just makes me, why do you want just people at your house all the time? Why do you want to be surrounded by a bunch of women's all the time? With that said, y'all, I'm out of here. Mr. Chilaki. Mr. Chilaki on Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld. Simone was just snappy. This episode. I don't know what the hell is going on. She cussed Toya out at the table, and once she said basic, Toya took offense to her calling herself basic. And then Simone was just like, well, Eugene was masturbating in the bathroom, so obviously what you was doing wasn't working. And I was just like, was that necessary? I know Toya is annoying and speaks out of turn and don't have the best timing, but I was just like, Simone, you were just mean this episode. What is going on with you? What is going on with you, Simone? I don't know. Anyway, Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter, at ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat, Chase King on Facebook, all that good stuff. Mr. Chalaki on PayPal and Cash App. Run me my money or run me my fan. Y'all know. Much appreciated. And with that, I'll see y'all later, child. This is Married to Medicine. Stay black and stay tuned. And yeah, I don't know. Just a mess. Some of these women just ain't gonna never get along. And that's okay, Simone. Girl.